Hi everybody, so here's the question. Arma Reforger is out, but should you buy it on PC or Xbox? Or I guess PlayStation, when it comes out on PlayStation as well. You know, if you've got a next-gen Xbox, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, which is the platform of choice? What should you play it on? And I'm going to offer you some options here, and then going to tell you what I've done as well. Now, I'm not going to show you any gameplay. I don't need to. Arma Reforger, as long as you've got a half-decent PC, runs better on PC. It does. And especially when it comes to the control scheme with mouse and keyboard. At the moment, as of, I'm recording this video on the 19th of May 2022, the Xbox control scheme on controller is very, very, very incomplete. And it needs work to make it better. Especially when you go into things like the Games Master, Games Editor thing. There's lots of it needs to be streamlined and stuff like that. So if you've got PC and Xbox that can play both, and it's a choice of only one, I would absolutely say get it on PC. Don't get it on Xbox. If you've got access to both, like myself, I have a Shadow Cloud gaming PC and I have my Xbox Series S, and you can afford it, I would say buy it on both platforms, because there's things that we want to develop within Arma on console that I think we can really help with, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. Now, if you've only got an next-gen console, buy Arma Reforger on Xbox. Manage your expectations about the performance right now, because remember, this is a game, it's in-game preview, it's beta, it's early access, the frame rate isn't that brilliant, and there's lots of things that need to be done for this game. But no matter which platform you choose to go on, whether it be like me where I've got it on Xbox and PC, or a PC only, or your Xbox only, this is the key, right? This is the Bohemia Interactive Feedback Tracker. And I want you to kind of look at Arma Reforger, if you buy it, as that you're becoming part of the development team for this game. You're becoming part of the quality control team, the QA team, or the QC team. Because you've got to remember that Bohemia Interactive, they're not a AAA developer. They've got lots of people working on this game, but it's not like Call of Duty or Battlefield or something like that. And they need all the help that they can get for us to point out things to them, especially when it comes to the console side of the game. Because let's face it, I bet if we go round, if we went to Bohemia Interactive and you had a walk round with all the Arma developers, I bet they're all top people. But I bet they're mostly PC type people, and they would play Arma Reforger on their PCs. That would be their platform of choice. But for us, where console really is our platform of choice, we need to give them all this feedback, and this is how you can do it. And the feedback tracker is fairly easy to use. I'll put a link to the feedback tracker and the instructions on how to do it. Basically, what you do is you go in, you make an account. Then if you see something within the game that you want to mention, and that could be a bug, it could be a feature that's missing, it could be something you think's changing, what you do is you come to the feedback tracker and you go to the bit that say it's Arma Reforger Xbox. So you click on that project and you just go through and you look at all of the issues that people have raised up, and then you can add a comment to them if you want, or you can create your own. Now, I've been creating them as I've been going along, so I've got I've put on cannot navigate back up the filter options in Game Master Entity Browser with the D-pad, so that's more of a bug. But then I've got a suggestion here as well. A controller cursor should be considered for menus in the Games Master editor on the Xbox, because at the moment you just navigate around with the D-pad or your joysticks, where I think, although mouse cursors aren't brilliant, I think that would be a good thing to have. I think the HUD icons are too small on console. They need to be a lot bigger, and it's really easy to add these things to them and make comments to them. All you do is at the top, once you've logged in, you click on this little arrow here next to, well, it's an S for me, I guess that's for scale speeder, next to the star, little arrow next to the star, and you just go down to Arma Reforger Xbox bug report, and then you just fill that in and you create a new task and you add it in. And that is how we can help build Arma on PC and on Xbox, and build up Reforger with all this feedback leading into the end game, which is obviously Arma 4, which will be coming out, I don't know, this year, next year, 2 years' time. whenever. And I think that's really important. And when you're playing Arma Reforger, you know, and there's the bugs and there's the issues and there's the, oh, why haven't we got tanks? Why haven't we got helicopters? Why haven't we got all this sort of stuff? Just think, okay, I'm part of the QC team, part of the QA team. I'm play testing this game, and I'm going to be giving that feedback. So even things like helicopters, where are the helicopters? Put them in the feedback tracker. It would be really nice to have at least one helicopter in the game right now. So there we go. Should you buy it on PC or Xbox? I would say if you've only got access to a PC, obviously on a PC. If you've got access to both and the money for both, get it on both. If you've only got an Xbox, get it on Xbox. But really consider the feedback tracker as a key part of your experience with Arma Reforger, giving this information back to Beam Interactive to help them build the game, to make it the game we want it to be, to make it the game we need it to be. So there we go. What do you think? Put your questions and comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.